Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great episode of the Gridiron Glory here with Will and Tad. We cover all things January football. Welcome to the new year. And today we have a Christmas night recap between the Baltimore Ravens and it says the Houston Texans also competed in this game. That's kind of questionable whether or not they actually competed or not, but they were on the field allegedly. The Ravens, they win 31-2, a complete dominance performance, and they take the lead in the AFC North with this performance. Just a stellar showing by Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, Derrick Henry. They just do what they do. Lamar, 10 for 15 passing, 168 yards, two touchdowns, also four rushes for 87 yards and a touchdown, a 48-yard rush. Derrick Henry goes 27 carries, 147 yards and a touchdown. Mark Andrews has a touchdown catch, a 67-yard catch. Um, you also see a touchdown out of Isaiah Likely, so both of the tight ends with a touchdown. And after seeing that stat, where would you rank the Baltimore tight end room amongst all tight end rooms in the NFL?
It's a solid enough tight end room. I mean, definitely in the top tier. You got guys that can just perform left and right on any given basis. My favorite Baltimore tight end, though, personally, is Isaiah Likely. Kind of biased, but still.
Yeah, Isaiah Likely, he did his thing. The entire Ravens offense did their thing. The entire Ravens defense, basically the defense shuts out the Texans. Their only 2 points was on that safety. So, um, Roquan Smith had his 8 tackles, 7 solos. You got the big interception by Kyle Hamilton, one of the best safeties in the league. Odafe Owe with a big sack. You get Chris Board with 2 tackles and a sack. Just some big playing there by the Ravens. They completely had this game in control. By the fourth quarter, it was basically over. It was 31-2 going into the fourth quarter. The Ravens, they got some time for their backups. Josh Johnson had a chance to play quarterback. He 1 for 2 for 16 yards.
If you were to ask me, Ted, where I would rank Josh Johnson amongst, backup quarterbacks in the league,
So yeah, where would you rank Josh Johnson amongst backup quarterbacks?
I mean, he's a seasoned veteran, if nothing else, amongst backup quarterbacks in the league.
He's been around the block a few times.
He's
Yeah.
played for quite a few teams.
He's played for quite a few teams. You could definitely say that. Okay, so the Ravens, they dominate. They look like a force. And now going into the playoffs, they'll have a chance to clinch their division if they could beat the Browns as 18-point favorites. Going into the playoffs, what's your take on the Ravens? Do you see them as a potential threat in the AFC?
Yeah, Tad. I mean, yes, absolutely, I do. I mean, I said this in the preseason that this Baltimore Ravens team is a legitimate threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yes.
I mean, this is going to be a team where if they meet, I mean, listen, Tad, if the Kansas City Chiefs didn't exist, I would pick the Ravens to go to the Super Bowl. But the fact of the matter is, they're going to have to find some way to get through the Chiefs. But I like my chances with the Ravens if they had to play the Chiefs again in the playoffs,
Yeah.
despite the Week 1 regular season result.
Yeah, the week one regular season loss, you have the loss of the AFC Championship game last year, but I am standing on my business. I've said it before throughout the season that I think if the Ravens and the Chiefs play again in the playoffs, I think the Ravens will win that game. I would pick the upset there. I think that they would go into Arrowhead and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. That's a bold call there, but it's what I'm comfortable making. And now flipping the coin, looking at the Houston Texans. Man, not the best performance you were hoping to see at home. I mean, on Christmas night, you get a lump of coal basically. Um, CJ Stroud definitely not replicating his first year wonder. 17 of 31, 185 yards, no touchdown, the one interception there. So just couldn't get anything going, couldn't establish drives, couldn't get the ball through the end zone. Just a very disappointing showing from the Texans offense.
Disappointing showing. You need to improve on that. You got to find a way to, turn this around. I mean,
Certainly.
like, and to me, it's like the Ravens just have Houston's number, right? I mean, we saw this in the playoffs last year too.
We saw it last year in the playoffs. So definitely the Ravens, they have a lot of teams' numbers, but definitely you could say so with Houston. Um, yeah, you could definitely say that. It was a nice game out of John Mechie the third, their receiver, who is working his way back. He had 5 catches for 48 yards. This is his second season playing after he had recovery from major illness after being drafted. So it's great to see him establish himself as a viable piece of the NFL after that.
Absolutely, it is. So, yeah, you love to see it. And yeah, just a rough loss for Houston.
Very rough loss. And now for the Houston Texans, they will be closing out their regular season at Tennessee. Regardless of the outcome of the game, they will be the 4 seed in the AFC. So kind of a game for both sides, not a lot of playoff implications. And for the Baltimore Ravens, as mentioned, they will be hosting the Cleveland Browns. If they win, they clinch the division. So big game there for them on Saturday afternoon.
Absolutely. I didn't really have any other final thoughts or take on this special New Year's edition of January football on the Gridiron Glory.
Thank you everyone for watching the Good Iron Glory. Please continue to like, subscribe, and please follow along as we close out the season. Thanks for watching.